Hello, my name is John Rose, and in this video I'd like to take a closer look at what should we call people who call truth seekers conspiracy theorists. Well, there are two main groups of people who go around calling people conspiracy theorists. One group would be what I would label imbeciles. And these people have no idea what's going on. Absolutely none whatsoever. And by calling other people conspiracy theorists, they're falling into one of the worst conspiracies of all. And that's where the CIA coined the term, or the phrase, conspiracy theorist, to ridicule everybody who questions the official version of JFK. So now anytime we question the official version, we're labeled conspiracy theorists. By whom? Imbeciles, who are actually fulfilling one of the worst and most successful conspiracies ever, to get people to ridicule people who look for the truth. The other group are what I would call instigators. And stop and think about this for a moment. One of the reasons why the people who control everything get away with what they do is most of us don't think like they do, so we can't understand what they're doing to us. But think for a moment, what would you do if you were a psychopath? What would you do if you were the scum of the earth? What would you do if you're at the bottom of the pecking order? You become an instigator. The first thing you have to do is get off the radar. You got to become invisible. That's why psychopaths use divide and conquer. Don't focus on the common enemy, those that are controlling us and how they're controlling us. Instead, let's fight amongst ourselves. So that's what's happening to us. Virtually everything in our society is nothing but a distraction. It's all about keeping us from focusing on what we have to focus on. Not who is doing what to us, it's how are they doing it. Well, they're controlling money. Money's the absolute tool of control. They use that to only control every major sector of human endeavor so they can brainwash us and believe in absurdities. So we'll commit atrocities. And most of us have been brainwashed from the very beginning, and it's very hard to understand how we've been lied to, and we fall into false beliefs that basically keep us where we are. Remember, history repeats itself for two main reasons. One is we teach our mistakes to our children. The other reason is we don't have access to history. And now what I'm seeing on quite a few YouTube videos right now are a lot of people ignorantly attacking people for exposing the truth. Those are the imbeciles. Imbeciles! Imbeciles! You have no idea what's going on. And what is so frustrating is the arrogance at which you portray this holier than thou. You guys are bad. Shame on you. And yet you're so totally unaware that you're being used. So Lennon was being kind when he called some of you guys useful idiots. You're just downright imbeciles. So when you look at useful idiots, there are the smart ones, which is really who Lennon was referring to, the ones that really helped him with this cause. But then there are all those imbeciles out there that are totally uneducated. They have no idea what they're doing. And I used to be one. Takes one to know one. And when I reflect back on that part of my life, I get outraged because I believed in crap and was part of that energy. Now we've got to wake up to that reality. And where do we begin? Well, the first thing we have to do is have an aha moment. We have to understand the role that health plays in our society. And if anyone's involved in this for any length of time and they don't understand this connection, be wary of those people. Either they're an idiot, an imbecile, or they're part of controlled opposition. So the controlled opposition, this is where we have instigators trying to get people to fight amongst themselves, and they use the useful idiots. In fact, internet shields could not exist if it wasn't for the useful idiots. So we don't want to play a role keeping us where we are. We want to play a role in getting us out of where we are. And we can do that. Each and every one of us has the power to change what we do. We can do something we've never done before. We can become the best that we can be. Instead of becoming an instigator, be a trim tab. Be the best that you can be. How do we do that? Well, we satisfy all of our needs. And it begins by taking a solid food vacation. Check out my description box down below. You'll see a playlist for a solid food vacation and a link to the first step. And when you guys can do this, you're in for a treat.